Okay, girls, so let's do example 2. So example 2 says, Paul is 4 years older than John. The sum of their ages is 20. How old is each person? So these problems always with ages, a lot of the times people get confused of how to do it. So before doing all this, you have to understand the problem. To do that, we're going to draw an example. Okay, so we have Paul and we have John. Okay, Paul is 4 years older than John. Who is older? So hopefully you're saying Paul is older. So I'm actually going to draw them. Who cares? If they're not adults and children, doesn't matter. But because it's going to help me visually to understand what is happening. Okay, so know that Paul is going to be older than John. Whatever age he has is going to be greater than, bigger than the ones that John has. So we have to be very careful with that, okay? So, how many years older? 4 years older. So, that means that whatever John has, yes, Paul is going to have 4 more years. So I will say that Paul has the age of John. Agree? If it had the same age of John, they will be the same, but it's not. Paul is the age of John plus 4. Yes, because Paul is older, he's the greatest, is going to have his age is going to be greater than the age of John. Okay? Pause that because that's important for you to understand first. Now, we're going to follow the steps of what we need to do. So up to this point, it's only me trying to understand the problem. I haven't followed any of the steps. Now, the first step that I have to do is define the pronumerals. So I'm going to say, let X be John's age. Why John's age? Because exactly what I just wrote here. Because of this. Because Paul's age is going to be 4 times that. Okay, so I've done the first step. That's the first step. Let X. Now I'm going to write the equation. To write the equation, I need to say what it says. It says the sum of their ages. So if I add John's and Paul ages, I will get to an answer of 20. Okay, so I'm going to write that equation. I'm going to say X, which is John's age. So far I'm up to here. Okay, now I'm going to add Paul's age. What is going to be Paul's age? So it's going to be, in terms of my pronumeral, this one is X plus 4, because we said that this one was going to be X. Agree? That's what we're saying here. John's age is X, therefore Paul is going to be X plus 4. So I'm going to write that X plus 4 is equal to 20. Now we're going to solve. To solve, we have to first collect like terms. So I have an X here and another X here, and this one is a different term. I'm going to put it plus 4. Wonderful. So this is going to be equal to 2X plus 4, which is equal to 20. Okay, and now we're going to start undoing both sides, following BitMaps backwards. So if I'm going to write, just to help me out, if I put here brackets, indices, BitMaps, so now I'm going to be following as DMIB in this order. Agree? Or we can say that we're going downwards, upwards, going backwards, or I can say I'm going to work here. That is this order. So first thing that I have to do, addition and subtraction. Here, take away 4. So to undo that plus 4, I'm going to undo it both sides. Wonderful. And this is 2x, this became 0, equals to 16. Great. Now, what is the next step of what we have to do? Now, I'm multiplying 2 to the x, so I have to undo what I'm doing to the x. I'm going to divide by 2. Both sides. And when I do that, I cancel these ones, and this becomes an x is equal to 8. Good. So I have up to this point. But I know that I'm missing, so I have done step 1, step 2, step 3, solving it, and now step 4, I have to write in full sentence. So to do that, I'm going to answer, as I read the question again. It says, Paul, the sum, how old is each person? See? So what are the important words here? How old? And then each person. So I have to say, okay, John is, what do I have here? 8 years old. And Paul is, so if John was 8, Paul was 8 plus 4, and Paul is 12 years old. And that's the answer for that question. Wonderful. I'm going to do 2 more videos, 2 more examples in the next video.